bumper. What's happening, everybody? It's Jeff Lights Jr. here with the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload every single day. Now, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime Time, and the Jackson State Tigers have done something once again that has never been done in the history of SWAC football. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And that is, they're just simply killing it on the recruiting trail once again. Now, Coach Prime and Deion and the Jackson State Tigers have cracked the top 55 in recruiting according to 24/7 Sports. I'm going to share my screen. That way we can take a look at what exactly that I am talking about. So, according to 247 Sports, Coach Prime and the Jackson State Tigers are now ranked 54th in the country with their signees. They have, this is inaccurate. All of these guys have signed. All of these guys have committed. But with the latest addition of Quaydarius Davis, he was originally signed to Kansas. Obviously, the big thing with Les Miles in Kansas, and he was removed and all the stuff. He was released from his letter of intent to Kansas, and now he is a part of the recruiting class of the Jackson State Tigers. And I'm going to show you exactly how significant this is because now Jackson State is ranked in the top 55, number 54 nationally, and they're the first SWAC team to ever be ranked that high as far as recruiting services go in the history of all of these recruiting services. Now, of course, this is the 2021 class, so these will be freshmen and players eligible to play this 2021 season. They are pretty much all on campus, according to Coach Prime. He said all the guys are there. Now, let's look. They're down here at 54. Let's load him up. They are at 54, which is the highest ranked SWAC class ever, 54. Now, let's look at some of the schools that they're ahead of. Kansas State, Syracuse, Duke, UCF, Washington State, TCU, Colorado, Wake Forest. Like, there are a ton of Power 5 schools and schools that have been pretty good and had some good history. Purdue, Illinois, like Arizona, South Carolina, that's SEC. These are schools that Jackson State is ranked higher than. And you got to take this into account too, guys. Take this into account. This recruiting ranking doesn't even include the transfers. So it has 18 commit set right here, 5 3 stars, 7 2 stars, I want to say, or 5 stars, 4 stars. No, 5 4 stars, 7 3 stars. I take that back. No disrespect. Sorry, Jackson State. 5 4 stars, 7 3 stars, have an 86.76 rating. Now, look, there's 18 commits. As I showed you earlier, there were basically 18 high schoolers that will go to Jackson State this fall, and that will be a part of the team, new to the team. But that doesn't even take into account the transfers. Now, the transfers, as I've stated, the transfers are a huge part of this class. They had 17 transfers. 17 transfers, a good 10 of them come from Power 5 schools. This is super significant. Why, that you might ask? Because those transfers are going to impact the team just as much, if not more, than the freshmen, than the young kids. So this class, realistically, if you added the Division I transfers, if you could take those into account, this class would be ranked probably in the top 30. I mean, because these transfers, I'm going to run down the list of some of the schools that these guys are coming from. We're talking about Florida, a linebacker from Florida, a defensive lineman from Georgia Tech, another edge player from Tennessee, a wide receiver from Houston, a quarterback from North Texas, a wide receiver from Louisville, a defensive lineman from Auburn, a offensive lineman from UCF, a linebacker from Missouri, an offensive tackle from FIU, an outside linebacker from USC, the safety Shiloh Sanders, Deion's son from South Carolina, another player from Missouri, offensive tackle, a wide receiver from Florida State, and a cornerback from Michigan State. So this team is loaded. And this team is in prime position to make a ton of noise in the SWAC. Now, we saw Jackson State, and some of these guys were eligible to play. Most weren't, but some were eligible to play during the spring season. Right? They were eligible to play during the spring season, but guys like Shiloh Sanders weren't. Deion Sanders' other son, Shadur Sanders, wasn't. People like Nugget Warren, Warren, he was able to play. He was the number one JUCO prospect. He had offers. He was committed originally to Georgia. He was headed to Georgia, to Athens, Georgia, to play for Kirby Smart, and flipped and went with Deion and went to Jackson State. So they had some of these guys available, but a lot of these guys weren't. And Deion said, "You better get us now during the spring year, because come fall time, we got something coming." And I don't know if anybody expected this. I mean, pulling recruits from the state of Florida that were going to the University of Florida, pulling guys that were going to the University of Georgia, pulling guys that had offers from the University of Alabama. Like, this is huge for Jackson State. But once again, this is just recruiting. Now, recruiting is the lifeline of college football, but it isn't everything. I'm not going to pretend like it is, because it isn't. It is not everything, but it is a lot. And when you have good recruits, the chances of you being a better team are skyrocketed. Now, you have to coach them up and you have to develop them, because we've seen plenty of programs that get a ton of talent and that doesn't develop them, and they don't become the team that they probably should. But half the battle is getting the kid on campus. And once you get the kid on campus, now you must do your job as far as coaching them up and getting them prepared for Saturdays. And Deion Sanders has already won half the battle. It's going to be interesting to see what else he is able to do moving forward. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Once again, I'm Jeff Lighty Jr. at the Black Boss Channel and Victory Formation. Follow us at VF Sports Show on Instagram. We post content on there all day, every day, all the time. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. And be sure, like I said, to check us out every day right here on the Black Boss Channel. Peace.